Well, Sunday was Mother's Day, but for the AIADMK, the real Mother's Day will be today. This is when the cadre is hoping that Jayalalithaa, who they worship as Amma, gets a reprieve from the Karnataka High Court.
For the last 3 months or so, AIADMK leaders and supporters have been praying for a legal reprieve for their Supremo. On Monday, they will know if their prayers have been heard on the other side of the Kaveri when Justice Kumaraswamy delivers the verdict at the Karnataka High Court. The premises around the court have been turned into a fortress with Section 144 imposed to prevent any untoward situation.
144 has been proclaimed and it will be enforced from 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the evening. Apart from that, deployment will be there, 2 DCPs will be there and around 5 ACPs they will be there. And only lawyers will be allowed inside the High Court premise. No member of public will be allowed there.
V.V. Acharya will be in spotlight as he has once again taken over as the Special Public Prosecutor. Acharya, who was PP between 2005 and 2013, before quitting in a huff, citing political pressure, was appointed after the Supreme Court frowned upon the appointment of Bhavani Singh as Public Prosecutor.
Since the state of Karnataka is the sole prosecuting agency as held by the Supreme Court, state of Karnataka being not made a party to these appeals by the accused, that renders the appeals not maintainable. That was my first contention, and entire appeal proceedings have gone on without a public prosecutor duly appointed.
In September last year, a special court had convicted Jayalalithaa and 3 others. Jaya was sent to 4 years in jail and fined 100 crore rupees. This meant she could no longer be CM of Tamil Nadu. Once she got bail from the Supreme Court, Jaya has stayed indoors at Post Garden, making no public appearance. If Jaya is acquitted, it will come as a shot in the arm for the AIADMK, especially with assembly elections next summer. But if the court upholds the conviction, it will hurt AIADMK badly, given that it is a one-woman party and Chief Minister O Selvam is seen as presiding over a listless administration. Bureau Report, headlines today.
All right, joining us now this morning is Mr. R. Mani. He's a senior journalist, and GC Shekhar, associate editor, Telegraph. My first question is to you, Mr. Mani. Lots of prayers in different places of worship in different parts of the country. Do you get a sense that after the adverse response that Jayalalithaa got, or the adverse judicial order that she got from the special court, the AIADMK is no longer sure which way the wind is blowing?
Yeah, the ADMK cadres, in fact ministers and MLAs are thronging temples for the past 7 months praying for the acquittal of Amma. In fact, the tension was palpable after the Supreme Court fixed May 12th as the deadline for the verdict. During the past week, the number of ADMK ministers and other functionaries visiting is actually growing. But as far as the seasoned opinion within ADMK is concerned, that at least to the people with I had a talk, both a couple of ministers and office bearers who are the know of things are actually skeptical about a positive outcome in the High Court. They are aware of the seriousness of the situation. In fact, I can say that they are hoping against the hope.
Mr. Shekhar, is that what's making the AIADMK nervous today?
Yeah, they definitely have to be nervous because if this verdict also goes against Jayalalithaa, they are looking at a scenario where she will continue to be Makkal Mudalvar, that is People's Chief Minister, not the official Chief Minister. And so it will be a setback to the administration, setback to the government. So, and it's also a big legal challenge because unless she gets acquitted by the Supreme Court, then she may never be able to contest an election again. So the ADMK camp is obviously nervous, and they have to be nervous.
Mr. Mani, the verdict, of course, has implications for Jayalalithaa and the AIADMK, but it will also have huge implications for the state of Tamil Nadu, given that the administration has been in pause mode since September 27, when Jayalalithaa was sent to jail in Bengaluru and also forced to quit as the Chief Minister.
Yes, the verdict has huge implications not only for Jayalalithaa and her party but also to the government. For the past 7 months, the administration has come to a standstill, almost came to a standstill. There are a lot of complaints, corruption complaints are leveled against the government, and there was no response from the government side. So the judgment, if the High Court judge convicts the trial court order, then it will be a very difficult situation for the ruling party to handle the things here. Of course, the government, the ADMK government has got still 1 more year to go. The elections are due only by May 2016.
That's right.
But the political fallout will be, I think I can go far as to say, it will be a catastrophic one.
GC Shekhar, Mr. R. Mani is predicting tough times there for the AIADMK. Is that the sense you get as well, that Tamil Nadu punished Jayalalithaa for the excesses in 1994? Do you think that she might perhaps be punished again?
I wouldn't say so, because what our people feel is that once they defeated Jayalalithaa in 96, I think they absolved her of all her faults of the previous regime, because they again, don't forget, they re-elected her in 2001 and again in 2011. And despite what the court says, Jayalalithaa still commands a lot of support in Tamil Nadu. 2014, her party got 44% votes, which is unprecedented in the state's electoral history. And after her conviction also, Jayalalithaa got a lot of sympathy because her party was able to convert it as some sort of a vendetta by the DMK. So I think, I don't think they are in a mood to punish her electorally.
All right. That's what GC Shekhar feels. The electorate might not punish her, but Mr. R. Mani, my final question to you, given that the elections are a year away, do you think the AIADMK does have a plan B in case the court does not acquit her?
It's difficult to answer. You see, the ADMK is a party controlled by one woman. It's a one-woman party. There are no second-rank leadership. If the High Court convicts or confirms the trial court order, we don't know what's going to happen. But still, they got 1 year to rule. The plan B is a difficult question to answer. You see, the majority section of ADMK, both the ministers and those in the power, are actually in a denial mode. While one section with the know of things feel that that the acquittal is a difficult proposition, and they are, as I said, skeptical about the positive outcome. And another section, which is a majority one, is actually feeling that Amma may get acquitted. So the question of plan B doesn't arise here, given the nature of the party.
Okay, so do you see it altering the political discourse, as AIADMK has this problem with Jayalalithaa, and the DMK, of course, has the 2G case to deal with? Now, as far as the people of Tamil Nadu are concerned, will they end up with only 2 options, these 2 regional parties? What do you think, Mr. Shekhar?
See, it has been the bane of Tamil Nadu that they have to choose between ADMK and DMK, because both have been accused of corruption and maladministration in the past. But what has happened is that Jayalalithaa has somehow managed to present herself as a powerful chief minister, good administrator, and that is one reason why she got elected in 2011. And the DMK has the 2G to worry about, the 2G verdict. If it goes against her, the DMK just ahead of the assembly elections of 2016, then I think both Jayalalithaa and Karnanidhi will be seen as leaders of corrupt parties. But corruption is not an issue, because in this state, people have now got used to the habit of selling their votes for 2,000 or 5,000 rupees.
Right, Mr. GC Shekhar and R. Mani, many thanks for joining us this morning. We'll of course be tracking that story very closely all through the day as J Jayalalithaa awaits a verdict from the Karnataka High Court this morning.